Welcome everybody, it's Salami here. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 frames that you need immediately in Warframe. Now, before I get into the tutorial on how to get these 5 frames and what the 5 frames are, before we even start that, if you're new to the game, or even if you're not new and you just haven't done it yet, you're going to want to align yourself with some Syndicates. Syndicates will give you the standing, and as you'll see, once you're max rank with them and you view offers, you can buy all these specific Warframe mods. Now each syndicate offers different mods for different Warframes. So like Parent Sequence will have a Naros, Mag, Nekros, and if we come down here to these ones that I'm enemies with, you'll see that they have like Miter, Ember, Frost, Korra. But that being said, most of these, like these have Ember and Frost ones also. I'm not sure. There's a couple of them that I think are locked to me because I only have these 3 that I'm friends with. And you can be friends with 3, so you're either friends with New Loka, Red Veil, Parent Sequence, or you're friends with Steel Meridian, Cephalon Suda, Arbiters of Hexes. If you can't, when you're in here, you just change pledge. If for whatever reason you can't do that through this menu right here, you just find any relay, go to your gear wheel in there, and you'll see them that you can, you'll see the Syndicates tab, and then you can click to which specific syndicate you want. But I would suggest just clicking through here, clicking through their offerings. They're going to be locked like this, but just scroll through, look at what they got, and see who you want to align yourself with. But yeah, that's it for the prerequisite. Let's get right into it. The first Warframe that you should go for after maxing out your starter frame. It requires no MR, just that you progress through the star chart to the Fossa mission. And that would be Rhino. So here's Rhino for you. And I already made a video on how to farm the boss and everything. He has a few little key things, but I'll show a clip real quick. But we'll go through the mechanics. He's spinning here. You don't want to get hit by that when it's red. Once he recovers from that spinning red thing, he's going to drop down like this. You're going to run up. It's X. So that's the quick rundown of him. Obviously, you can watch that video. I'll link it in the description. If you need help doing that, and that goes over basic modding and everything also. So he's the first guy I would recommend because he truly just makes everything in the game easier, and I'm going to be using him to farm every other frame that we talk about in this little thing right here. So Rhino is number 1. He's the first guy I would go to. Okay, number 2 on the list. The second frame that I think you should get would be Nekros, right here. Where do you get Nekros, you might ask? You come to your star chart, and he's right here, the Deimos Assassination. You don't have to do it in Nightmare mode. To get started on this, I'm going to show you the mods. So, Rhino's first. I have the Rhino Prime. You don't need Rhino Prime. You can use regular Rhino. It is basically the same thing. I set up this mod set here because by this point, where you're able to even farm for Nekros, you already have the Ore Convulse unlocked. I made a video on those, so you'll be able to get the corrupted mods that you see in here, the Blind Rage and the Fleeting Expertise. And obviously you probably don't have Prime Continuity, just use regular one. I use Vigor here if you don't have that. You know, it's just Redirection and Vitality. You want to build Ability Strength mostly, and Efficiency is also really good because you're really doing this for your Iron Skin to use. Duration's not bad to have because Rhino Stomp will save your life in certain occasions. So that's what you're doing. If you don't have any of these, don't stress it. You should have most of them or some kind of replacement for them. If not, rolling guard is by no means necessary. That's just something I like to have as like a last resort. So with that said, move on to your rifle, which I would suggest using the Boltor. And I threw, is this the setup? That was the setup. I threw this really simple setup on here. And I'll just throw, I guess, my stabilizer on there. And we'll do that right there. So here's your basic setup for a Boltor. You know, impact or puncture damage and viral will do everything you need it to do. Obviously go on overframe if you really want to get technical with it and find a good guide. But this is beginner level stuff. You should be able to replicate this or get close to it somehow. Probably even do better, but just what I threw on there just to show you how simple this can be. So with the loadout all set, we'll go in here and you know, we'll do this in nightmare mode. We'll get a nightmare mod for it because if I was in your position being here, that's obviously what I would do. I am in your position and that's what I'm doing. So and it looks like I get to be in here by my lonesome. So iron skin right away with Rhino. We'll just get right to it here. And we'll just hope that this guy's pretty easy. Yeah, the setup is better than I thought it was. Yeah, this is nice to have. I think I accidentally joined in solo mode. It's definitely do this on public if you're farming it, because you'll get people in here, even just more people your level if you're low level, and everybody helps. And you know, usually you catch people that are higher levels in here that'll run you through it really quickly. But some people obviously don't like having like a level 20 in there just absolutely decimating it for you, and if that's the case, run solo or run invite only with your friends or something. Now you're in the room, you'll see we have these guys spawning. You gotta shoot the specific red areas. And we are not doing a lot of damage, but we'll make it work. You see they crawl onto the floor and they pop up. Here's a different guy. And you want to shoot that red either in his mouth or you can shoot that face on him. Here's why I use Rhino, because we can focus on shooting him when we're getting hit. It's not a big deal because we're surviving. And that does a lot of damage. But when you're playing this with other people who aren't playing Rhino, you'll see that knocks him down in like a hit or two. There's a third guy. So on all these guys, you're shooting for that fleshy looking substance, and you'll see they cover it up. And just fill them up with bullets. Yeah, I think these guys count as infested, so probably slash damage and I think viral. I think viral's a good shot on infested. I'm not entirely sure. You'll see we have no threat here to our well-being. Just hopefully we can kill these guys relatively fast. I'm just showing you, if I can do it in solo, you know, you can do it with a squad, for sure. And my stuff's formed up, so I can probably have a little bit more mods. My mods are all higher level, but... And that's the thing. Leveling mods up on the ones that are like 8 tiers, 10 tiers, or whatever. If you only level them up like 5 or 6 of those, and you save like the last 3 levels, it saves you so much endo. Don't be modding things up trying to upgrade them all the way in one go. That's probably the least inefficient way to do things. Try to get them all at least halfway before you start maxing any of them out. Let's try bullying this guy. Alright, I think he's dead now. Get this one lit up. Apparently we can't. Just has me stuck there. And you'll see they're not the easiest to hit. But there's ton of energy, ton of health. Equilibrium, if you have it, wouldn't be bad either, but from this you can see you don't really need it. Here's what Rhino Stomp is good for. It doesn't freeze them too well. So that's another big benefit of using Rhino for things like this. So again, boom, we'll stomp him, freeze him in time for that little bit. And that just gives you a couple of free shots on him. Same thing for his friend here. You see, even with the stomping and everything, you have tons of time, tons of energy. I wanted to jump on my crane. I think he's finally dead. Now for the last guy here. So just yeah, watch out for their weak spots. Use Rhino. It makes a world of difference. It's a lot easier. You can be hitting this 3 and boosting you and your teammates also. Very useful to do. Very nice boost to have. And that's why we use Rhino. He's really just all around. He's great early game for all this stuff. You got a nice little Oracle cell, a little side reward there. Come on, man. Fusion samples are also always good to have. Doug Trio. Skip that cinematic. And now we're here. Final stage. They're all one. One big happy family again. Go right back for their weak spots. They all act the same except now they have one body. We'll just work our way around here. We'll take down the scythe guy first. So now that he's dead, take down alligator mouth guy. I guess he's more of a cobra. I don't know why I called him alligator mouth. Yeah, he does have that. I don't know. Yeah, he's down. Now we come up to this Venus flytrap dude. Finish him off. Perfect. Grab all of that up. To which direction we go? And that's how you get Nekros right there. That's the Nekros helmet. You would run this at least 2 more times for a system and its chassis. And then once you have those, you'll craft those up right in your foundry. You come up on Saturn, Tyses, right here. And this is where you get Ember. So I'll show you this boss because he has a couple of key features that are important. Otherwise, you might get in there and think that he is invincible, you know, because you'll be shooting at him and you'll be seeing that you're doing no damage. And I know my first time fighting him, it really tricked me up, and I had to figure out how to do it. And you know, people don't like typing in game and all that, and almost nobody ever uses the push to talk. Here I am solo again. I'm gonna be doing these all in solo, I believe, just so that I can really show you guys everything, so that nobody comes in and just wipes the boss out before I can even see him. So as we're running through here, just, you know, iron skin as always. You want to always have your iron skin on. Same loadout as all the other things. This is gonna, I'm gonna keep the same setup throughout the entire thing. Even though realistically, as you're progressing throughout the star chart, you're getting better mods and all that. But I'm gonna keep these on just to show you this will work. So now we're here, and this is General Sargus Ruk.
You are surrounded by Grenier Marines.
You'll see this blue up on his arm. That's the weak spot. As it goes away, I can shoot him. So you'll see his name's grayed out right now. He can't take damage. All of these attacks would normally be knocking us on the ground, throwing us all over the place. See, it's blue now. We'll shoot it. We'll do damage to it. But these would normally be knocking us all over, doing a bunch of damage. But because we're Rhino with our iron skin on, we can literally just stand here in front of him, which makes this a whole lot easier. And whenever that blue pops up on him, you're just going to shoot it. He goes through 3 different stages. So it should pop up 1 time, maybe 2 more times. And you see now that's gone, and it's on his stomach. So now we're going to shoot his stomach. Back on his stomach. Shoot that until that blows up. When we get close, you'll see that actually blew off his arm there. And that's what we're going for. So now his stomach's lighting up blue, and we're trying to blow that off next. You see now that's gone, and now we're on to his back. We're just gonna blow his back out. You know, something I think you know, I'm not gonna go any farther than that. We're just gonna blow his back out. We're gonna leave it there. Right there. Look. Now he's dead. This is also a pretty good early game Auric and Cell farm, because he drops those as well as the Ember pieces.
Let's get out of here.
So when you're farming for Ember, you'll get a couple of Auric and Cells from him.
They won't be bothering.
And if you have your Nekros,
Let's get out of here.
and he's you have him modded up enough to survive this, not a bad mission to bring him on either. So there's the Ember chassis, and that's the same as all of them. You just farm him until you get him. You could be lucky, it could be 3 tries, it could be unlucky, and it could be 20. Number 4 on the list brings us to Loki. Loki's primary ability that we're going to be getting him for is Invisibility here. This makes him excellent at spy missions and other missions of that type, such as rescue. He's also very useful for when you're trying to get Kavat imprints, whatever you call them. So he is just a Warframe that all around you're going to want. He's a little bit more difficult to get than these other guys. But all you need to do is progress to Neptune for him. And he's going to be right here on Samath, maybe is how you would say it. But you're going to fight this guy, and we'll run through it here for you. So I know it's repetitive. We're going to get in here, iron skin, and then we're just going to get right to him.
Recent innovations in corpus robotics have led to a surge in production. Their newest animal-like proxy is an unrelenting hunter. Codenamed Hyena, this robot is designed to work in packs. Our operatives have identified at least 4 different variations of the Hyena model, each with a different specialization and arsenal of attacks.
So that's the case, but the nice part about using Rhino is none of that matters, because we'll survive all of them
The
anyway.
Hyena pack will work together to try and take you down. Target acquired. Take them down.
I believe you can fight between 1 and 4 of the hyenas there. You'll see with the setup that we have, it's just you shred through all of this, and they can't even hurt you. We haven't taken 1 bit of damage yet. And we'll come through to the end here. Bang. And there's your Loki Neuroptics. Same as everything. Repeat this mission till you have all of his pieces. Lastly, for number 5, I would say Hydroid. He's good for crowd control. He's good for farming. The only thing is he does require at least Mastery Rank 5 to unlock the mission to actually get him. So, that's why I put him at number 5, because he needs to be MR5 to get. The other ones are not MR locked, besides getting to that mission on the star chart. So some of the junctions will be blocked for the other guys. Once you reach MR5, you'll unlock this mission on Earth, Vey Hek Frame. And we'll go in here and we'll fight him. And this is for Hydroid. So Hydroid has Pilfering Swarm, which is an augment for his tentacles, which doubles loot. It's debatable if he's as effective at it as Nekros is, but I think Hydroid has a lot more survivability off of what I've seen. I've never played Hydroid, so I'm actually farming him for myself here as well. But with that being said, he comes in at number 5 for that reason. I believe Nekros is probably a little bit better than him with his armor stripping and everything endgame as well. But for early game, I think Hydroid would be very effective for defense missions and anything of that sort where you want to crowd control the people around you and get a little bit extra loot in the making. So, same as always, run through here. And find him. And we're going to have to get to the back of him and shoot at his thrusters. And this is pretty hard to do by yourself. Yeah, I'm not able to get behind him, which is making this pretty much impossible, so we can shoot this thing up top also. Wait, maybe I was wrong. Wait, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he's not the guy you shoot the back. I guess you do shoot this top piece. That's embarrassing, considering I'm the one making a video about it. Maybe if I did my research beforehand, I thought I knew.
Vey Hek's plans for complete system domination make him too dangerous. You know what to do.
Most of the bosses that do have the specific areas where you have to shoot them at, they usually light up somehow. So his was lighting up orange. Captain Vor, whatever his name was lighting up blue. They all have their own weird little things that they do. I'm just chasing him down. Here's his stages. Kill the Kubro dens, maybe get an egg. Be cool. And he just runs away. That's pretty much every other mission that we have going on with Rhino in this setup. It's not difficult. So I understand not wanting to play Rhino sometimes. That's why I think Hydroid would be a good alternative. He's a little... You actually have to play a little bit, but at least you get the resource. Extra resource drops also is amazing. I think I missed every shot on him right there. And we're all done.
Now get to
Let's
extraction.
get to extraction here. We're done for the eggs. Right there. And there's the Hydroid chassis. Same as all the other missions. Keep running it till you get all the pieces. Alright, so that's the best first five, whatever, 5 Warframes that you should be focusing on. Definitely start with Rhino before you get the other ones. Another little quick thing, make sure you're checking in here. Make sure you're checking your circuit, because sometimes they'll pop up in here and you can get Warframes that you don't have. So those are the 5. Try to lock those down as soon as you can, and you should be pretty set up throughout your entire little star chart run. So drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, do your thing. Peace.